The Life Coaching Toolbox Podcast is brought to you by Joeel and Natalie Rivera of Transformation Academy. In this episode, Natalie talks about Group Life Coaching Models Part 2. This episode is one of 6 episodes in a series about group life coaching.
So the third model is a mastermind or a signature program. These can be anywhere from 6 months to 12 months. And again, usually include a weekly session for about 90 minutes. There's always a high level of engagement between the participants, ideally being fully engaged. And sometimes within the sessions, you have people being more engaged and taking on more of an active role in running the group. But there is always an online forum where your participants can talk to each other, and sometimes even breaking into smaller groups or meeting one-on-one because they're going to be collaborating at a higher level. Usually things like retreats, workshops, or in-person training is included with a program like this. It also usually includes some form of personalized private interaction with you or other coaches that you're participating with, because when it comes down to it, the reason why they're paying so much more for a program like this is because they're paying for access. The content of a mastermind is almost always structured. So participants are looking for support and progress, but also skill development. These programs are highly engaged and both structured and open coaching at the same time, meaning the entire group is following your signature program, which is the expertise that you're teaching, while at the same time setting their own individual goals for implementation. Group size should always be small, ideally no more than 8 to 12. However, if you do have a lot of participants, you will definitely need to use a team of coaches or break them into smaller groups, because it's so in-depth and involved that there's no way to do it with a large group. The cost is dramatically more than the other types of programs. This is because you are a subject matter expert with significant experience and expertise, and they are paying for access to your knowledge. And at the same time, it's more valuable to them because they're participating with each other at a higher level, developing social capital, and learning and connecting from each other as well. So because of this, prices can be anywhere from about $5,000 to $25,000, or even more. We've seen people as much as $100,000 for an annual program. So this is a high-level investment, and the only reason why they would be investing this much into a program like this is because they believe that you as the mentor offer the expertise and experience that they need. They believe that the process will guide them to achieving their desired goals. They believe that the processes and the systems that they're going to learn are going to shorten their learning curve, and that they're going to be able to reach success sooner because they've enrolled in this program. And also, they see the benefits of being part of a community of peers, masterminding with like-minded people, and having the opportunity for high-level collaboration. And the reason why this is so important is because they're going to use it as a form of motivation to keep themselves focused. They're going to feel more accountable to the group. They're going to be able to receive feedback from people who are qualified to give it. It's going to keep them on track. They're going to be able to literally work together with the people in the group. And so, of course, you can always upsell at a higher level by having an even higher level mastermind, or you can offer them to work with you one-on-one more exclusively. So one important note here, if you're going to be offering this type of program, is that you absolutely have to make sure that everybody who enrolls is a good fit. And you can't just allow anyone who feels like it to enroll in a program like this. Now, it's kind of funny to say this because realistically, people aren't just going to go to your website and sign up for a program that costs this much. They're going to need to get to know you first. They're most likely going to have participated in lower level products or services that you offer. They're going to know, like, and trust you before they participate. But you also have to make sure that you know them, because if you have someone participating in a group that's this complex And this is dependent on each other. You want to make sure that the people who are in the group together are good fits for each other, and also that everybody involved is going to be committed and bring themselves fully to the group. So an example of a mastermind group is the Outstanding Women Entrepreneurs Who Own It, also known as the OWN Mastermind. So the investment is $10,000 for a 1-year program. Participants watch course videos that train and guide them toward desired outcomes, including advanced detailed activities. They participate in online discussions with group participants, as well as mastermind in small groups, or with the whole group if it's small, including working on questions and problem solving as directed by the coach, developing business relationships, and helping each other with projects. It also includes live weekly calls for 90 minutes, including questions and answers, laser coaching, and sometimes agendas that the group creates for itself. Participants also receive all marketing templates and business documents needed. They get 3 one-on-one coaching sessions throughout the year. They get to participate in 2 live events with expert speakers, providing additional tools and insights. Oftentimes, these programs also would include an additional VIP day, or even something more advanced like a retreat. Like I mentioned, the first 3 models that I discussed are what is common for life coaches. Now, the other 2 are additional options depending on what your scenario is. So the 4th one is an ongoing coaching group or a drop-in coaching. So this is something that a lot of people offer as a follow-up to a more in-depth coaching group. So one way to do it is to have group coaching calls that happen regularly, and people can drop in when they're in need of some sort of feedback, or they want to do a live laser coaching, or they just want to listen in and see if they can glean some insight. Another way to do it is a membership program. And so this would give them continued access to materials, tools, and the community. And they would pay a monthly fee to have this access. And in most cases, you'd continue to add new content regularly. And another way of having an ongoing program is an online course that has all of the material that you'd be covering in a group program. It gives them access to it and all the videos and the workbook material, and they can do it at their own pace. So sometimes what coaches do is they have a group program that meets live, and then they offer them an online course, which they can do at their own pace. And the topic of that course is often something that's follow-up material or adds to what they've gone over during the program. The 5th option for a coaching model is team coaching. So this is specifically for people who work in corporate or executive environments. So often the group participants are enrolled in group coaching by a team leader. So this would be their manager, a project lead, an executive, etc. Usually the purpose of the group is to accomplish specific goals. The group may be structured, in which case you are delivering material that either you or the organization has developed, depending on whether you're being hired as a coach and a consultant or simply as a facilitator to implement the program that they already have. However, there may be no training involved, and the group may simply focus on specific outcomes. Examples of team coaching include sales teams, leadership teams, global work teams, project teams, employees in a small business, or department teams. So, after looking at all of those different coaching models, the question is, what type of coaching model do you want to use? What type of group is going to honor what you'd like to provide for your participants, and also something that you feel comfortable doing at this point? Now, we have participated and held many different types of groups. Our favorite is the group bootcamp setting because it gives you a longer time to get to know your participants. It gives you an opportunity to get into more depth on what we're teaching. However, all of them are both fun to be a participant in and also wonderful to facilitate. So we hope that that's been helpful and that you're enjoying the process of setting up your own coaching group.
Visit transformationacademy.com/toolbox to download free life coaching worksheets that go with the activities discussed in this podcast, plus other resources for creating a thriving life coaching business.